There we go. Greetings, Pirate Council. May our tall tales please you. When last we left our heroes, Kate or Timmy, did you want to give us a bit of a recap of what happened all of a couple of weeks ago? Especially because our friend Dylan was not here for that.
Yeah, I can do it. So we arrived at a little little town. It was kind of derelict. There wasn't really much happening in there. We got a note from a very famous Aarakocran pirate that he had a base here. And the base is like this big tower. So obviously we used all of our flight abilities to get us up there. And then it kind of stopped with like a hologram, wasn't it? It was a hologram, like a hologram
There was a
of
puzzle.
Featherstorm. Yeah, a puzzle. That's right. A puzzle that surprisingly struggled with, even though it was for 7+.
Yeah, for ages 7 and up for sure.
7 and up. Still struggled with that. But yeah. So did a little puzzle, and then now we're
here. You also had a bit of an interaction with some sort of sea folk cultists on the shore of that small town. Everyone had kind of evacuated from the rebuilding effort as there were sort of enemies sighted, and those enemies turned out to be sort of fish people cultists. Upon seeing Killian, they weaved magic upon him that caused him to cough up seawater and be unable to cast spells, and attempted to bundle him up in seaweed and drag him into the ocean.
Was I saved?
You were saved.
Nah, we just said, nah, you know what? Nah, it's okay. One of us is going to
go. Time to get another character.
Your dragon fought valorously to protect you, though, Killian. And I think he did go down, and so did the warg, I think. I can't remember if Yama, if your dog died as well.
Warg was, I think so.
But the sea folk were driven off, and so were their sort of their mounts that were made of bubbling sea foam, and they were killed, and then some of the seahorses kind of ran away. So no cultist was left alive. The group then made their way into the big tower in the center of town, where they solved a bit of a puzzle, and what opened up was a sort of a small indentation in the wall itself, revealing this kind of arcane crystal. And as the faint light filtering through the cracked walls casts eerie shadows that dance along the floor, suddenly a soft hum of arcane energy pulses through the room, growing steadily louder. From the center of the chamber, a shimmering figure begins to take shape. Wisps of blue and silver light swirl and coalesce into the form of an Aarakocra with majestic feathers and a commanding presence. His wings are spread wide, and in one hand he holds a blade that crackles with electricity. His eyes, sharp and knowing, seem to pierce through the veil of time. To those who stand before me, welcome. If you found your way here, you're either friend or foe. I am Captain Featherstorm, and this is one of my many nests. You stand within the heart of my legacy. If you're watching this message, then I'm already dead. The illusion, though translucent, exudes sort of a sense of power and wisdom. Featherstorm's beak curves into what seems to be a knowing smile, and his eyes twinkle with a hint of mischief.
I love that every Aarakocran pirate now is a bogan.
Yes. Yeah. If this recording is playing, then I'm speaking to my rightful heir, or a person or group of people who have managed to subvert my excellent riddle-based security from one of the sea's greatest minds. If it is the latter, allow me to say I admire your skills, and such a breach entitles my estate to a full refund from the Emerald Trading Company Vault Division. but you will be otherwise disappointed with the contents you have worked so hard to gain access to. As you can see, this small container contains but a single gemstone, one which cannot even be redeemed as legal tender on the islands of Aurora, and whose significance will only become apparent to those closest to me. As for the purpose of this recording, I assume there is some anxiety over the fact that I didn't leave a map to where I stashed all my wealth and takings from over the years. But I have, and you're watching it. From here on out, this message is addressed to the handsome Aarakocran captain who must be standing before this arcane crystal.
Or he preens himself.
I'm going to begin with a phrase I've always wanted to use. If you're watching this, that means I'm already dead. Hopefully I died in my sleep after a nice evening with a lovely companion, and hopefully I didn't release my cloaca the moment I expired. But if I've assessed the situation correctly, then that is not how I pass. I have instead died in some violent manner before my time at the hands of brutal and greedy people. If so, then you should know that this event is not wholly unexpected and is in fact the reason I'm making this recording. As such, my first wish is that my killers be found and this arcane illusion be placed outside their bedroom window at night so that they will think they're being haunted. But I digress. About 6 years ago, I started going through the journals and cryptic messages left to me by my predecessors. I realized I didn't have a lot of help becoming the captain I am today, and you will likely be the same. My incredible freedom has been hard fought and defended, and while I do what I can to set you up for success, we'll always have the ocean of time between us that I cannot raise you like a parent would. So in these tumultuous final days, I see the writing on the keel, and I thought, who can I trust? I'm surrounded by a crew of capable people, some of them even loyal, but they're also ambitious. They like playing the game, acquiring wealth and power the way pirates like us do. So who could I trust with my fortune and my secrets? If I'd made it known that any of my inner circle would be in control of my assets, or even what those assets truly were, then it would begin. The jockeying for power, the jealousy, the under-the-table deals. No. It had to go straight to someone outside the crew, someone worthy of the riches and the awesome power that those even of my inner circle don't fully understand yet. It had to be someone they'd never suspect, someone who could not be corrupted by the power. And so, young captain, the child I never really had. I say to you and to the world the following. I, Captain Featherstorm, being of sound mind, not acting under duress, understanding the full nature of my property, do hereby make, publish, and declare this document to be my last will and testament. The entirety of the property owned by me at my death, real and personal, and wherever situated, either in my vault or counter-stolen rightfully by better pirates, I devise and bequeath to my only heir, minus any rum that's needed to pay off porters to help move the stuff, and ignoring any state taxes because I refuse to pay tax, and minus the cost of a kick-ass memorial celebration I have detailed in my journals. My heir is given full control of all offshore vessels, onshore vessels, and tax havens that I have situated around Aurora. All holdings, commodities, block and tackle, rope, and canvas, and assets associated with my current pirate fleet under the umbrella of Featherstorm Armada. All current crew should continue in their present roles until advised otherwise, or go do their own thing, I guess. I don't own you. If you examine the nook behind this arcane crystal, you should find but one object, the Midsummer Diamond, a rare, flawed diamond that is almost certainly cursed. I won it from a trio of hags known as the Crestfall Coven. It looks like there are gems inside the tiny diamond, so most merchants believe it's some kind of illusion and won't value it very highly. I have always kept it as a reminder. That gemstone was always on my person from that day until the recording of this will. Years ago, my quartermaster, Verity Kyle, did an interview that consisted of nothing more than casting a very interesting spell on the diamond to link it to my personal hoard. I hired her immediately. Young captain, the final provision in this will is that you find her and have her show you how the spell works. Oh, and tell LT Brackish she can keep the cricket bat. I don't think you probably want to play. And that's it. If anyone gets any bright ideas and tries to bring bodily harm to the young captain in hopes of acquiring some or all of my treasure, you should be aware of the following. In the event that there is no longer an heir to inherit my treasure, I've laid out a contract with the goddess Pele, the goddess of volcanoes, to liquidate my treasure with fiery magma and let it sink into the sea. Good luck.
Damn.
Good luck, young captain. I'm sorry I can't be there for you. This is the best I could do. What you do with your inheritance is up to you. I only urge you to grasp exactly what it is you have and are before it's too late. Beyond that, the only thing I can give is the advice I received when I finally got a message from my predecessor. Know this, you are, by birthright, a stupendous badass. You can trace your ancestry back up a long line of slightly less highly evolved stupendous badasses to that first self-replicating bird, which, given the number and variety of its descendants, might justifiably be described as the most stupendous badass of all time. Everyone and everything that isn't a stupendous badass is dead. Captain Featherstorm out! And then the illusory birdman stands there for a few moments awkwardly and then says, is it still on? No, the black sigil? Here, let me. And then he walks out of his own illusion and it blinks off.
I fucking loved every part of that. That was sick. Did you have that written down?
Yeah.
Can I have that?
No. I hope you had to remember it.
Damn it. What was the crystal called again? The diamond?
I don't know. Someone was paying attention.
I don't remember the name of it. I was trying to listen to everything else. Dawn something? Dawn diamond?
I'll send it to you after this. Or you have to go back to the tape. Where did I have it?
Oh, that was good. That was really good, man.
That was so good.
That was really good.
I can't believe that.
I wasn't taking notes because I wanted to listen to everything.
Yeah. The Midsummer Diamond.
Thank you. I also wrote down a kick-ass memorial celebration because I feel like that's really important.
Yeah.
From a coven of hags. What was the coven of hags that we decided to murk? Bolt. Was it that coven of hags?
No, I don't know.
I guess Killian wouldn't know this. I don't know if Paulie paid attention either.
Yeah. Killian wasn't there for that.
They weren't the
Killian
Crestfallen
reaches
hags,
out to
were they?
Sorn. Hey, Sorn, did you guys kill some hags?
We definitely did. I don't know if they had a name though.
They did.
Yeah, I feel like every
They're
group
coven.
of hags that would be a coven would have a name because they
cool
need to
name.
be known against other covens of hags so that they don't
Oh,
fuck with
okay.
each other. Or
Yeah.
they do fuck with
Branding.
each other.
Branding.
They're really good at marketing. Not
I
good
do
at
understand
outward
branding and
appearances, though.
marketing. That's fair.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
not great.
Paulie definitely has like one little single tear going like,
Mhm.
fuck, I wish I could have met him. And I'll start looking for that diamond. It's behind this projection, right?
So behind the arcane crystal that the illusion was projecting from is like almost like a small alcove, almost like
Yep.
a mini safe that has opened up, or like a shelf.
Yep.
And in
I'm
it
going to
is-
take the arcane crystal as well, by the way,
Sure.
because I will, if we find who murdered him, I am going to get them to haunt. I'm going to haunt them
Mhm.
with Featherstorm.
I
I will follow this will and testament to the letter.
So there's like a small velvet bag on in this little shelf.
Yep.
Are you reaching and grab it?
I'll check for traps first.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'll assist.
15.
With the assist from Killian, you've got advantage.
Natural 20.
There we go.
You notice before even picking it up that like this velvet bag, the way it falls, like it clearly is like a jewelry bag, but there is no jewelry in it. You don't find any traps or anything like that. And when you do snatch it up and you open it up, there is a roll of parchment inside, no jewelry.
All right, I hand the parchment to Gillian because Paul, you don't read good.
Kellen,
I'm assuming it's a small piece of parchment, so it's like
yeah, you unfurl it. It's a small little thing. It says, note to self, remember to swap the diamond out of the necklace you gave your girlfriend and put it in here before you die. Very, very, very important. Do not even think about dying until you've done this.
I tell Paulie. So he was a
literally
veritable
laughs. That's amazing. I'm
badass. He was also an idiot, much like you.
Paulie, no. He's great. He's a great captain. That's a very smart moves.
Do we know who his girlfriend was, Captain? Do you have any idea?
No, this is like 100 years ago, man.
Well, yeah.
We can probably look around, see, maybe there's like some clues, find some like if we find some panties with a name on it, we might know.
Can I rummage around the rest of the room for any other thing?
For panties.
Anything? Any signs of anything?
Sure. You have a bit of a look around.
It's still 10, but
the tough part is like this room is kind of like almost like a dome-shaped room on the top of a tower in the middle of this town, and it's partly been open to the elements, and this town has been abandoned for some time, maybe like 100 years. So people have come through here, and anything not nailed down has kind of been nicked. The only thing that Dylan you would have missed in last session, but Killian would have seen, would have been there was kind of like a bit of a fresco that had the puzzle and the riddle on it, and some some slots and stuff like that. So yeah, there's pretty much like nothing here. There's maybe like a small table, but it's not a kind of table that even has drawers or anything like that. It's like somewhat. It was just slightly too big and heavy for anyone to bother stealing it. And carrying it all the way back down the tower. Whilst there's nothing here, you think given time, perhaps even some downtime, you could start looking into perhaps old stories to find who this person might have been. Though obviously a famed notorious pirate like Featherstorm probably had many lovers.
we need to find his last lover. That's what we got to do.
Probably the one who killed him too.
Well,
The
I
one
mean,
that
yeah.
was
Look,
important enough to give a diamond to.
the
Or
last
or sexy enough to give a diamond to, with the hopes of
Mm.
stealing it back later.
one. Yeah, been there. Didn't work out well. Well then, what do you want to do, guys? Do we go back to the ship, or do we want to take a little bit of time here and go over all the
I think there's
information that we
nothing, is
have?
there? There's nothing really. We have this, and we need to find Featherstorm's girlfriend next, I guess.
The corpse of Featherstorm's girlfriend, unless she was an elf.
Or unless they had
True.
a kid.
And sorry, who was the we know who could tell us who the girlfriend is. We could I find out who the was it the quartermaster?
Yep. The quartermaster was named in the will. Quartermaster Verity Kyle.
Quartermaster. I was listening. I just I was listening to everything you said.
Yeah.
Verity what? Sorry.
Verity Kyle.
Kyle. Like punching
Can,
punching holes in plasterboard, Kyle.
Yes.
can I spend, before we leave, 10 minutes? And I want to cast divination
Mhm.
and reach out to someone up there and just say, is the quartermaster Verity Kyle still in the land of the living?
Can you link me divination just so I can see what it does? And because I want to see what kind of response you get back, right? So you're using up 25 gold to cast this.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. So so it's not a general, I think, answer from the gods. It's like a trying to see into the future or glean your future within the next 7 days, or slightly beyond, perhaps.
Will we meet the quartermaster Verity Kyle in the next week?
Doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or loss of or gain of companion. Which god are you reaching out to?
Verity Kyle cast magic, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mistra.
Mm-hmm. As you weave this divination, your eyes kind of what are do your eyes sort of glaze over as you look into kind of the ethereal realm?
They start to glow from their normal reddish hue to like a faint blue.
Mm-hmm.
And this changes depending on which god I'm reaching out to.
Yeah. You can start to see on the edge of sight, like the kind of the weave, the tapestry of the weave that is magic itself, that kind of layer of reality that is magic itself. And as you kind of look closer and closer and are trying to see the paths of the future that Mistra is kind of laying out for you, you start to get a bit of a headache from all the different possibilities, and then it's kind of gone, and you feel that it is not a certain yes or a certain no. It is uncertain, but that may also tell you something.
Okay, but I'm gonna say, like, I'll open my eyes again and be like, good enough for me. So we may, or we may not run into this person in the next 7 days. They could be alive, but they could die soon.
I like those odds.
Yeah, it's currently like 50-50, I want to say.
I mean, Verity's a very elvish kind of name, if you ask me.
Yeah. She could also just be a really old human.
What do you reckon, Yama?
Found the fountain of youth, you know?
It definitely sounds to me like they're alive, if there is a possibility of meeting them. Perhaps they're not in our course. Sounds like we need more information.
Absolutely.
I feel like we need to find this goddess of volcanoes. Because he did mention that person.
That's just going to the
deity
volcano
thing.
throne, really.
Exactly. Let's just go back to the volcano throne.
Do we want to go close to the volcano throne when we know are they aligned with the Navy, or they are the Navy, right?
There must be something here.
I mean,
that
we're
will
part of the Navy too. We're friends with them, remember? We have that piece of paper. And I point it, like I do the hand gesture of like a piece of paper, but then I point at Paulie's pocket.
Like we checked everywhere, did we? Dad, in this place? Nothing's here.
Killian, you've got your robe of eyes on, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. As you kind of like your eyes kind of return to normal, and you can kind of see again, and you start sort of looking through, it's like taking stock of your different senses as you kind of lose track of the magic or let the magic go. You can feel that there is definitely like something here, almost like on the astral or ethereal plane, in terms of there's almost like a doorway that you kind of like built into the wall where this diamond and crystal had come from, but obviously it's your hand would pass straight through it because it's not really there.
Can I? Now, wait. Do I have the spell that I? Oh, well, I mean, okay. Can I place my hand like as close to it as possible without going through it?
Mhm.
I want to start with just pumping some magic into it with an Arcana check.
Mhm.
That's a 21.
So
Does
you
it
definitely
react?
think that this is some kind of almost like arcane gate that someone has set up in the astral, and it requires perhaps some kind of magic key, something specific to draw it into the physical to be accessible.
Hey, Paulie, can I see that crystal? The one with the recording, not the one that he forgot to put in the bag.
Sure.
Can I press that to it?
Nothing happens.
I'll try one other thing that I can think of. Can I try and brute force it and use Dimension Door on it? Dimension Door doesn't let me travel to a different plane of existence, but it is a doorway spell on a magical doorway.
Sure.
That's where my brain's going with this.
I think you start weaving the Dimension Door spell, and I love where your head's at, and you almost like it's almost like you're pulling it into this existing door from the ethereal. You're pulling into the mundane, our layer of reality. But as your concentration wanes, it kind of snaps back. You don't think you'd be able to hold it there permanently, but you do get a little bit of insight, almost like by trying to pull or trying to open the door incorrectly, you kind of get a little bit of an idea of the correct way to open this door. And the correct way to open this door is with this diamond. There must be something about it that will reveal this door that clearly goes to some kind of pocket dimension.
Hi, Katie.
Katie.
Hi. Late.
That's all right.
Pocket dimension. Here we go.
So, okay,
so I'm
we
going to have
know
to reread
diamond-
the entire
That's what you
Last
were.
Will and Testament.
You
now.
absolutely fucking do. It was that good. You have to
It
read
was
it again.
hilarious. No, but you have to listen to the recording because it was all in the accent.
That's true.
So
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
listen to
Dan's
the
decided every Aaron Cochrane pirate's a Bogan. So
Hell yeah.
'cause, I mean, I don't know where he got that from.
No, me
You know.
neither.
What reference would he have to have an Aaron Cochrane Bogan pirate?
Who
Right.
What
Within a
inspiration
veil,
did he pull from? I
maybe
can't.
it can be immune against the horrors below.
And I'll give you one more thing, Dill. As you're kind of pulling this thing, it's the key is not enough. There is like a resonance, a frequency that must go with it.
All right, we need to find this diamond, and then we need to find a tuning fork so we can hit the diamond with a tuning fork, and I feel like it might open the door.
So this would be the way into the treasure then.
Well, it's definitely a way to get to the astral plane.
It's a dungeon crawl.
This there is called Lelian, right?
This town, yeah.
Actually,
Yep.
I think I don't have a spell to do it.
I'm writing notes about this so that way I actually do remember this.
Yep. To give you a bit of a recap, Katie, of what Karu would have seen, it was the last will and testament of Captain Featherstorm, and he has, was obviously aiming it at whatever the young captain, the young captain who is hopefully his heir, and not just some random scoundrels who have turned up to find his lost treasure.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I have left with you a special diamond that he won from a trio of hags. And his old quartermaster, Verity Kyle, did an interview that consisted of, performing a spell on this diamond to link to with his personal hoard. And then he hired her. He also said, you can get everything, I bequeath everything to you apart from my cricket bat, which someone has borrowed. And so I don't think you'll be able to get it back. If the last of his heirs, if there is no longer an heir to inherit, he has laid out a contract with the volcano goddess Pele to liquidate all his treasure with fiery magma and let it sink into the sea.
But wait, if we think that the treasure is on the astral plane, how would Pele do anything? That means it has to be here. It's got to be on our plane of existence. This is Killian thinking out loud to the group.
Paulie's eyes glaze over.
So does
Polly,
Kara's.
this is this is about treasure.
Paulie's eyes waking up again.
There we go. He said, if you die, because I'm assuming you're his heir, because you're the one with the crystal now. So if you die, Pele is going to like liquidate all of his treasure, and by liquidate, I'm assuming it means Pele is going to turn it all into liquid magma. But
I mean, look, hot gold
could-
wouldn't be a terrible idea. Just
Yeah,
one
well,
then
gigantic
it's no
ball.
longer-
Yeah, mold
No.
it into whatever you want. You could mold it into the shape of a dick if you really wanted to. Like,
I want a big gold dick.
I know you do.
Why
That's
do we
why I
always
suggested
end
a
up
captain.
here?
Thank you. You're always thinking for me.
I
How does
really
this
am, yeah.
happen every time? Anyway,
You know why it
how-
happens every time. Come on.
I start bouncing my pecs.
There we go.
I'm back. All right. So no one knows anything about this Verity person. No one that doesn't jog anyone's memory.
That could be a masthead too, just a gigantic cock. You know, just
I
like right
slap
there.
Paulie in the back of the head. I'm like,
a
Captain, come back."
gigantic
Huh?
golden
Huh?
cock with a golden cock, because you can have a
Yes.
cockerel with a penis.
Yes. Sorry, who? Verity? Verity. You're asking if any of us know about Verity.
A Verity
Mhm.
Kyle was this person's quartermaster, and then I think the other final thing was that Captain Featherstorm was like, "I've left the diamond here to help you. You know, take it to Verity, and they'll show you how it works." And then there was a note to self: remember to swap out the diamond out of the necklace you gave your girlfriend and put it in here before you die. Very, very important. Don't even think about dying until you've done this.
But I feel like
How
Verity
good.
would know who the
How
girlfriend
good.
is. Verity was such a close compatriot.
You got a new follower for Bogan Pirates, by the way, Dan.
They would know.
Oh yeah, very good. Oh, thank you. I had to follow for Bogan Pirates.
With
Yes,
enough
yes.
ale, maybe they can be inured against the
All
horrors below.
Aracochrans in my world are Bogan Pirates in one way or another. And all Drow are from the Underdark, the Down Underdark.
Yeah, buddy. Here we are. Anyway,
Thank you for adding
Um,
the term schlong as a permitted term to me.
It was important.
Killian, why don't you give me, or anyone who wants to think about the name of Verity Kyle, give me a history check.
Done.
I mean, the Golden Schlong would be a good ship name.
That's a 26.
I
Very
mean, I'm gonna try it too, but I'm not gonna remember shit. I just want to do it. I'm waiting
Once
for
I
my
played a
character sheet to load.
that's
Mine
kind of
too.
smart.
And don't know I don't know what that's like.
It's quite nice for a change. I do miss being the dumb guy though.
It's way more fun.
So Yama,
Mm.
no shot. Who?
I mean, this is pirate history, right?
Oh yeah, I'll pirate history.
That's a whole nother role.
That's the only thing that I would know, really.
And even then it'll be like shitty
Still
drawings.
shit though. No, 8. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Don't know shit. Don't know shit.
Killian, you don't know who this person is. I think even with a 26, but I think you definitely know that you have some level of connection, or at least know where if this person was a mage of some renown, there might be information about them at the university. Specifically, though, for the name Kyle, sort of like a family name, the way you kind of, when you like taste out the sound of a word in your mind a little bit or out loud, if you put a bit of an accent on it that isn't just Bogan, you feel you may have heard that kind of family name before. Someone else who is perhaps from down south. this could be another tiefling.
How long do tieflings live for?
Pretty sure it's about the same as humans.
Do old tieflings know each
You're
other?
all ancient to me. Okay,
So, yeah.
Ara Cochrans live for 30 years max.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, tieflings 260 to 270 years old.
Mm.
So Kyle. Tiefling Kyle. What?
You gotta say it right,
tieflings-
Coil.
Cool.
Wow.
Coil.
Alright. Kyle.
There to Kyle.
Of the
And we're from the
drywall,
deep
of the
south.
drywall variety. Just punching it, slamming in Monster Energy cans.
Trying to think. Is it a tiefling that I may have like this family name? Is it tieflings that I would have crossed paths with?
I don't think so. Not so much. I think it's more that you start you kind of put two and two together, and that it helps you maybe at least narrow down who you're looking for. Out of all the names in all the worlds and all the realms, you've narrowed it down to someone who knows magic and someone who's a tiefling. So if you saw them, matched a name to a face, you'd probably be in a pretty good spot.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell everybody here. All right, guys, we got to do back to the. I know you don't like learning, okay, but hear me out.
Always eyes over.
I don't want.
You guys don't have to learn shit. You can go have fun in town. It's all good.
Okay, bye.
All right, well, this town, not this town. There's nothing going on here. This place is
Aw.
abandoned. We need to go back to where the university is. I'm gonna call on Morden Kanan to give me a hand, schmoozing over the old boring scholar types, because I'm the less boring scholar type, Like I got muscles and shit. I'm cool. They're not, but they wouldn't.
They're a
let
bunch
me
of
in
nerds.
because they're just
They're a pack of nerds.
yeah. They wouldn't let me in because they didn't want to learn about protein, so they told me I wasn't allowed in.
I think like Karu leans into Yama and goes, I don't know, I don't really want to learn about protein either. Does that mean I'm a nerd?
Yes.
Aw.
Anyway, you're a cool nerd though.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think we need to go to the university because Verity Cow
Very
is
cat.
Coil.
a magical tiefling, so I feel like they might know a little bit more, or at least we could like. I mean, if they're not nice to us, then we can just do pirate shit and fuck up the university and steal their shit as well.
Ooh,
There is
ooh.
usually expensive stuff in universities.
Exactly, especially a
Yeah.
magical university.
But won't magical universities have magical means to keep out thieves?
But I have magical means to let in thieves.
That's not something I
magical
worry
thief,
about.
Remember?
You know what I mean?
That's fair. I just, sometimes I like to worry about it.
Less
you.
thinking, more
So
doing.
you don't
Let's
have
go.
to. Okay.
My hand gets blown up. There's nothing I can fucking do about it, is there?
I would-
I
don't
can
know
click my
magic.
fingers and unlock things. It's okay.
I thought you were going to say you could click your fingers and give Paulie a new hand. And then I started
I could
wondering
probably
about
do that too.
I started wondering if you'd give him a hand that doesn't match him, and like he'd have just a human hand sticking out of feathers,
No, I wouldn't even do
Hook
that. It'd be
hand.
like a frog's hand.
like a horse foot. Just
No,
A
frog's
horse.
hand. Because at least a frog's hand, they're like sticky. So when he steals things, he can just like and
Flopping
it's just
around.
stuck to the
Let me
hand.
Attach my rapier to me.
Exactly. We could just like if we found an artificer, we could give him a robot hand.
but he doesn't. Okay, unless we give him
But
a
I'm not a
third
robot.
hand.
No, but then
You-
you'd
but
be a
you could be.
cyborg.
A
You
third
could
hand?
be.
We could extend your life
the third
span
hand,
by
like here.
a factor of 2,
Why
and
do you
you'd
need to
maybe
live
make it
longer
to
than
50.
30 years? All right, that's live
Well,
fast,
look
die
at you-
young, leave a pretty corpse, guys. Fuck.
But you don't live very fast. We're still standing still.
Okay, well we can walk and talk.
Could you get a
to
frog's
the ship.
hand and then put it on like a gelatinous cube stick so you could like do like a sticky
Yes.
hand on things?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Why
that's
are
the
you
plan.
telling them my new character?
That's the plan. All right, look,
Big
if
reveal.
do we have to speak to any like those random people outside town? Do we want to speak to them again before we leave, or should we just teleport back to the ship and just get the fuck out of here?
We were looking for people. right?
Yeah. Yeah. Even I remember that.
I don't remember that. I just remember that you guys almost let me get taken by some fish people, and then my dragon died.
I saved you. Single hand. It was all me. Those two didn't help.
I didn't help.
It literally was. I did
It
not
was
help.
just
I did
me.
not help at all.
I look at both of
I
you
I
and
was
I'm
very,
like,
I was
go-
very pissed that whole encounter was to be mean to Tim or mean
I-
to Paulie.
I give
was
Karu a nice
honestly
little slap on the
nightmarish.
butt, and I'm like, thanks, bud.
Yeah.
But then I look at
That's
the other
right.
two, I'm like, you guys don't get any of that.
I'm really slow, okay? They were on chariots and I just could not keep up.
And what's your
I'm
excuse?
doing my best.
Yama was just literally running around afterwards, like just in the
Yama, I
background
get it,
going, "Come
like-
here."
I get Yama not being
I
able to
was.
keep up. When you in
My
that
fucking knee,
advanced
you know?
age, your knee's not great. What's
Excuse
your
me?
excuse, Paulie?
Killian, they used uncanny dodge. They all had to die.
Yeah. Paulie had a mirror put up to his face, and he didn't like the
Mm.
fact that they could do
He
exactly
did not.
what
He
he
did
could do.
not like it.
And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
water horses were resistant to thunder damage.
Hey, they were resistant to my fire damage too, but you don't see me
I
getting
mean,
all
that
caught
makes
up
sense
about
though.
it.
They're water.
Shut up! I know it makes sense that fire wouldn't do anything. I
mean, it
thought
could
maybe
create steam.
opposites. Yeah, I thought
Well,
I could.
all right.
I thought I
Okay,
could
we
slowly
can
dissolve
discuss
them.
how mean that fight was to Paulie until the days to come home, and how really maybe someone else should have saved Killian. But I mean, come on,
It doesn't
it's fine.
matter. I did.
Come on.
I saved him, and Karu does that little butt wiggle to show how he just had his butt smacked,
He gets
in
another little
gratitude.
butt smack again.
And he's like, And it's, you know what it is? It's Ned Flanders doing the nothing at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
All right, so let's go. So we're looking for
The
people,
sexy
are we?
Flanders.
Yes.
Do we think that these people are alive, judging by the rest of this town? Like, we're up here, it's open to the elements. Can I look out through a gaping hole in the roof and see if I can spot any signs of life?
Sure thing. Yeah. In fact, give me a perception check.
With the robe of eyes.
With the 11, you kind of look down. You can see that there's not much movement in the town itself. The people you had been dealing with, Griselda and the builders and stuff like that, are on the edge of camp again. They're starting to filter back into the town very slowly but cautiously. Yama with a 17, your eye goes perhaps further afield, and you look out over the bay and over to the water where the La Floridita is kind of being anchored just offshore. And a bit further off to the side, maybe sort of 500, half a kilometer away in the bay, in one of those sort of tiny, smaller islands, or the atoll, one of the small atolls that are kind of out there, you can see what appears to be kind of a storm gathering on a particular spot.
Oh, okay. I'll bring it to the group's attention and just Killian, maybe you still got some salt water in your eye. You didn't notice that big
Well, I
storm
wouldn't
off
if you
the
saved
coast?
me.
I just my knee has been cold these nights, and
What I'm hearing is-
Yama, Killian.
We're gonna, what I'm hearing is we need to stock up on some potions of haste for Yama.
honestly, that sounds great.
All
I
right.
would love to experience
I'll learn the spell.
You see that, yeah, on the horizon, whilst there's barely a cloud around, just over this one particular area appears to be sort of a storm gathering. You can kind of see the roiling of the waves, instead of the gentle kind of waves that just come in and lap against the port and the wharf. From that area in particular, the water is becoming much more roiling and bubbling. It's hard to make out at this distance, though, what's going on, right?
It's a very clear, tears of the kingdom. We have to go there.
Potentially. I mean, your
Sounds
it's out there. Your ship's kind of over in that direction. You can get on the ship and disappear. That's fine. But it does seem like something's happening off the coast.
I mean, I'm always for a shining beacon of where we should go next. Because
Me too.
Paulie gets lost easy.
All right.
And
Well,
is
let's
very
make our way back.
ADHD short-minded.
Very well. Do you spend any time to, I don't know, short? Well, I mean, you probably had a equivalent of a short rest if you wanted one. You spend a bit of time up here in the tower, listening to the last will and testament, looking around, etc., discussing your next plans. So if you need a short rest, you can certainly take one of those.
Probably should.
Probably should, yes.
Before heading out,
I
are
didn't
there
even
any
get
other
hit.
spells
that's nice.
or people you want to go talk to, or any other discussions you wanted to have amongst the crew?
I'm still dirty that only one of 3 tried to save me. So
I mean, you're alive, aren't you?
Karu's my new best
what do you
friend.
mean? You
Karu got this.
survived.
No, we didn't all need to go there.
At least I know
Yama's playing
one
up his
person has
limp.
accountability.
What's that?
Exactly. All right, shall we? Do we go talk to people down the bottom that I scared with the dragon?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the deception
Yama,
for,
I see
Yama?
you over there pretending.
That was me hamming up my limp.
I like to think with a 5, you're limping on the wrong leg.
Yeah, you guys know it's my left knee, but he's like limping on the other leg, and you guys like.
Okay, Yama, I get it.
Very good.
All right, so go talk to those people.
Yes, you can head down to the construction camp, and there, as we discussed before, there's a couple of people there, specifically Griselda, Sergeant Yarum, and a couple of others, Marigold Brightshine, Valdi. But the person you kind of spent time with and who helped you in that fight is Griselda, the magma dwarf. And she's there kind of pulling people together, getting things organized. Now, kind of encouraging the logistics side of, all right, we got to all get back into the town, but I want everyone to have a buddy. We're going to use the buddy system, and getting Marigold to look after the kids you saved. And the kids are sort of like, oh, our parents coming back soon, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm sure we'll find them. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine. And then she takes a break from that.
Find the kids' parents.
She takes a break from
They're
that
dead.
as you're as people are starting to get timber and surveying gear and so on. As she notices the 4 of you walk up. She says, "Well, did you find everything you were after? Have you cleared us out of all treasures?"
There wasn't really anything up there. We just had a lot of bickering amongst ourselves.
Well,
Yeah.
I suppose that's the treasure you find along the way, isn't it? A good bit.
Exactly. Yeah, we need. Did you ever hear of Verity Kyle by any chance?
It's not a name I'm familiar with.
How about
any
Verity
context?
Cal?
Was the quartermaster for Featherstorm?
Oh, a pirate.
Or even Featherstorm's last girlfriend?
I mean, I've definitely heard stories of Featherstorm. They don't typically mention names of his partners. Just that he had
Did he have
many
a type?
and that they were all incredibly good looking. They were wowed by his prowess in bed and out of bed. I mean, there's some people, some circles seem to believe that maybe he had a lot of these songs about himself paid for. Because no way was one pirate that good.
I feel like Carter's like, oh, I don't know. I know someone who's pretty good too, and like elbows Paulie, like Like my captain.
Yeah, Paulie
And
slips a
Yelma's
gold
like,
coin.
"Hey."
Paulie slips a gold coin into Kari's back pocket. Thank you.
Karu's like, I'm on fucking fire today.
And he just starts walking away because aren't these people part of the Navy?
No, they're sort of an
Ah.
independent construction project, but Griselda is part of the Golden Guardians as sort of a protection detail.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Actually, you know
Hey.
what? What I will do for these people here, if they're going to rebuild this town, right? That's the plan.
That's the plan.
All right. I'm going to give them 500 gold
Oh,
as like a little investment into this town building.
that will definitely go a long way in terms of supplies and stuff.
They'll be able to build like 7 towns.
what
Yeah,
do
that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, I'll help them build this town up. I just don't want them touching. I tell them that like basically the provisor of me giving them this gold is to not touch the tower, and then I own that land.
I think like Karu like comes back up to Paulie and he's like, Captain, what if you like they use whatever gold they don't need to build the town to like make a statue of you or something? Like start the legend of
Next to the
wait.
statue
That
of
can wait.
Featherstorm.
That
Right
can wait.
next to it, like a slightly smaller
Yeah.
version of the statue of Featherstorm, but it's you next to him, like his little body.
Look it up. I like it. I like it.
because like
But
you
yeah.
gotta become a legendary pirate, and I feel like having a statue.
I mean,
of
pilot
you-
works too, because our boat
Pilot
should
work,
be able
yeah.
to fly soon.
pilot. Karu just like trails off, saying pirate to himself.
Just give him a pat on the shoulder. They're there, bud.
Pirate.
So I think Griselda's sort of eyes go wide, kind of shock, not displeased that you're willing to kind of invest in the town in that way. And she says, "Well, I think this will greatly help the efforts and help us, bring in more regular supply shipments and better quality of material and goods and whatnot. Keeping that tower, I mean, yeah, I think that tower was probably the last thing we were going to try and tackle. It's just we don't even know if it's structurally stable.
That's fine.
To build on." But yeah, we'll leave that, and you'll always have a place here, of course.
And a statue of me?
Well, I think we'll get the town built first before we start, and economical before we start building statues to people. It's
Fair
all well.
enough.
I don't want us to spend a lot of time casting bronze and not a lot of time building roofs.
Hey, who said anything about bronze? You can get it carved out of wood if you want. I don't care. I'm not picky.
Yeah.
It can even just be like a statuette. Just a tiny one and put it somewhere random in the town. It's like a nice little...
Like a figurine.
Yeah, you see, like you look over, and one of the little children has grabbed like a piece of driftwood and is starting to like whittle a Killian.
I'm going to sit down now. I'm going to be like, hey guys, we got to wait. We got to wait. I'm
Wait until he's done.
cross-legged.
5 days later.
Just a very brooding pose in front of this child.
Just, yeah, sitting cross-legged in front of the child.
Child's crying because it hasn't slept in 5 days. It's like,
Yeah.
can I stop now? Not until you do.
There's just this jacked fucking tiefling sitting in front of him, just like staring him down, massive horns. Like, get my likeness right. This is the pose I want. Commit it to memory.
Yeah.
Done. So yeah, 500 gold to them. Hope they build the town well, and then I want to own that little plot of land.
Sounds perfect.
Actually, you know what? I'll get him. I'll give him another 50 gold to renovate it for me.
Yeah. They say, okay, what kind of what kind of furnishings are you looking for? I noticed there's like a lot of the inside staircases have been destroyed. Like, do you want staircases going up from the inside, outside?
You know what I
know,
want? I want-
Captain, let me. I know exactly what you like.
Done.
All right. So the staircases, they need to come from storm giant pirate ships, but you
Shut
have
the
to
fuck up.
physically go and kill them and then bring their
wait.
stairs back.
Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Actually, what I want for the stairs, I want ropes. Ropes that like you have to cut and then like cut the counterweight, and then you go flying up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't actually know what floor you're going to land on, but you just go flying up.
Okay, so
And then when I
the
come back, I'll make
chandelier
an
elevator
elevator.
system.
Yep, that's exactly it. Correct.
So we'll
When we
need
come back, I'm assuming I'll be more powerful and I'll make us a magical elevator anyway, so don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Just please him and I'll make it functional. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So she starts like writing
I'll
down.
die.
Okay, so we're gonna need like 200 sandbags.
Yes.
30,000 coils of rope. It just starts like writing down to your specifications, which you're pretty confident. With the amount of gold you've given them, easily they'll be able to
Perfect.
furnish this place with a
And
weird,
honestly, just give
elaborate.
like ornate sea shack vibes. That's the best thing I could say. Ornate
Mhm.
sea shack. If you think about that, ornate sea shack.
So a lot of fishing netting.
Yep.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like a really nice couch that has like gold filigree, on the wood.
Yeah. Yep.
Captain, I just pulled Paulie aside for a second and I'm like, I just remembered Featherstorm's recording said that if the vault was breached, he was owed money back from the ETC's vault division to his estate, which you now own. We should probably go see the Emerald Trading Company and try and push that envelope as well. We can get some free money.
I'm all up for committing insurance fraud.
Absolutely. Hell yes, let's go.
We're not really sure if I'm related to him at all, by the way. But I mean,
Exactly,
we
but
could
breach
play
the
the race
vault.
card and then go, how dare you assume that I'm not?
I mean, I can just pretend to be him. At the click of a finger, I'll turn it. I've seen what he looks like now, and I'll be like, hey, these guys got into my vault. Give me my money back. I know you think I died a long time ago, but I didn't. I'm here. Give me my money. See, my impersonation's perfect.
All right, I'll just write that down. Commit insurance fraud.
Done.
Are we doing that
Too
first? What are we doing first? I feel like
First,
we've got a
we're
couple of
going to
things.
that ominous cloud. Okay.
Okay, cool. Storm. Ominous storm first. Okay.
Ominous cloud first. We're just talking to these people. Then, once the ominous cloud has been investigated, we can decide either to commit insurance fraud or start looking for really
Go to a
sexy
library.
Ara Cochrans.
Damn. I mean, that's a hard choice.
It wasn't a sexy Eric Cochran. It was a sexy tiefling that we're looking for.
No, I meant like the girlfriend.
No,
The
that's
tiefling will tell us where the girlfriend is.
True. Okay.
Also,
Tieflings, we also live a lot longer than your kind.
True.
also it might not be an Ara Cochrane. Could be anybody.
That's true.
True.
Okay, let's go look at the cloud.
I'm just thinking though. I don't think I'm half anything else. You know what I mean? Like, if I actually am related to Featherstorm, I'm going to assume it was an Ara Cochrane. And I mean, let's be honest here. My great grandmother was probably really hot.
You also
Most
thought
definitely.
you also thought that like Sorn's sister was hot. I've heard you talk about her in your dreams. And
Oh yeah,
Sorn
she is hot
was a
You
drow.
should-
because she kind of looks like Sorn.
Yeah, from what I've seen of that guy, whew, dumb as rocks, but exactly. Anyway, back to the storm cloud. Let's go. Killian just starts walking away.
So do you? I mean, it's way off the coast. Do you head back to your ship first,
Cool.
or
I
do
think that
you
would be a
try
good
and
idea.
swim straight there?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wish to take the
We
ship.
swim.
I'm not going in the water. I'm also going to cast Disguise Self to look like for the
Okay.
storm.
I'm
Okay.
gonna swim back to. Wait, we're going to the ship, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Yes.
Karu's gonna swim to the ship. You have to wait for him, although he's pretty fast.
Yeah, I think
I-
you get there first.
Probably, yeah.
I think once you're in the water, you outstrip Killian and Paulie's flight speed.
Yeah, my flight
Yeah,
speed is slow.
absolutely.
It's only 30 feet.
My swim speed is my walk speed, so 55. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yalma sinks to the bottom and drowns before he reaches the other side. 'Cause he's so
No.
slow.
As Yama is like sinking to the bottom, Killian yells out, "Oh, sorry, I've got a limp."
Yalma surfaces again. What was that?
I guess
Killian will loop back and like try to hold Yama at least somewhat. I feel like Yama's weight is a lot less in the water. Like it's assisted a little bit by the buoyancy. So
Yama's
I'll,
definitely wearing a
hold
lot of
Yama
armor,
by
though.
like
Has-
the scruff of
yeah,
the armor
he
and hope for the
has-
best while I fly.
No, he has 0 buoyancy. Like 0.
Yeah.
I mean, you are welcome to drown if you'd like, or I can try to help drag you. You might get some ocean water in your mouth.
I thought you guys like Karu pops his
Is
out.
there
You
not
guys
a
are gonna
little
teleport. What's going on? Oh, I can get the boat. I'll go get the boat. Hang on.
Oh wait, no.
Thank
Leave the boat
you.
where it is. Is it more than 500 feet away?
No. Like, don't waste your spells.
Probably not.
I'll go get the
no,
boat.
no. 500.
Let me
You
get the-
reckon it's probably like 500 feet to this, like where this atoll is, like where this small island is.
Oh, that's all it
something's
is.
happening at.
Oh, then yeah, hell yeah, I'll just fly.
All right, yeah. I'm just gonna teleport Yama and I to the atoll.
Okay.
All right, never mind.
I'll totally fly that.
I'll put the
Karu,
boat
you're
back.
halfway to the pirate ship,
Yeah.
and you see Paulie kind of change course. He's like,
You look.
Oh,
back-
wait, what?
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize how close it was. You know what I mean?
you look
Yeah, I
back
said
at
half a
Killian
kilometer,
and
but then I
Yama and
realized,
just go,
like, I don't know what feet and meters are to each other. So
All right,
500 meters. Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay, if Paulie starts going the other way, I will also follow.
I was just hoping to get a head start. I'll see you there, Karu. And then runs.
And Karu's like, "Oh no, you won't!" And you just see this like ominous shadow under the water, just like racing you.
And then
Paulie is
both of you
dashing the
arrive.
whole way. He is flying at the fastest he possibly can.
And both
What's
of
what's
both
the-
you
what's-
guys are
I mean,
what's the
behind
distance?
us.
Already
50, 50 feet. But I mean, I can dash and.
So it's still gonna take you about 30 seconds to get there.
Yeah, no. What
Yama and I are just like standing on the beach waiting for you.
Out of the bit.
Karu comes last, and he's just like, "This is so unfair."
So, Killian, what does your
never-
teleportation spell look like? You obviously, or dimension door, I guess. You spot like this point off in the
I'll
distance.
Put like I'm like looking at like on the shore, like not too far back from the water, like from the water's edge, because I don't want to go too far in without everybody. And I've got like my hand on Yama, and I just place dimension door between us, and we just get sucked through it,
Mhm.
like,
Cool.
and then just appear on the beach.
Okay.
Hop.
Yeah, that's the sound.
I love it.
You find yourself on a small beach of this island, and in front of you, part of the water seems to be like roiling up and forming this sort of giant figure. Standing on the beach is one of those sort of fish cultists, clearly in the middle of some kind of ritual. And surrounding him are a bunch of half fish, half human hybrid folk that see you appear, and we're going to roll initiative.
Oh no! Fuck.
Yeah, well,
I'll roll in a second. It's outside.
Oh, we're so far away, Paulie.
30 seconds away.
You can. 30 seconds is a lot of rounds, isn't it? I will let you
Yeah.
move yourself
5
if you
rounds.
want, Caro and Paulie. As
No,
far
it's
as you
alright.
think, as close as you think you.
I
you
can move
realistically would have been.
150. Wait, yeah. Okay, well, I can move like 150 in a turn.
I can move like 110, so I would be a little bit behind.
Ah, yeah, it's
I think.
1.5 rounds. We're good. We're so
So-
fine.
So Paulie can go a little bit ahead, like he'll be a little closer if he wants.
There you go.
My initiative.
Ooh.
8. Fuck. Why is my initiative so bad all the time?
I'm going to
I
roll
don't know,
initiative for Paulie.
Thank you.
You got a 10. That's upsetting. For
Only
you.
10.
Only 10.
What did I get? A 1?
You rolled a
Likely.
2.
You got a 2,
Yep.
yeah.
Ooh.
Did you roll
Yeah.
initiative, Yama?
I did. My foundry was just I've got that stupid Google Chrome where it puts everything to sleep. My
sorry.
initiative was a 7.
7. 7 total.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, you've got a limp, you know? It's hard out there.
It's hard out there for a guy with a limp in.
It's hard out there for a guy with a limp. All right. one of the figures who was kind of perched up on the beach watching the extravaganza of this ritual looks over to see Yama and Killian sort of this arcane doorway appear and then spit out these two figures either side with a loud pop. And he kind of looks over. You look up at him. Oh my goodness. Let me partnership. Let's see if we use the partnership, of course. This figure kind of looks down at you, spreads open what you think is perhaps a robe to begin with, but then you realize that it's actually a kind of almost like a manta ray connection, or like a sugar glider style connection between their arms and their back. And they leap into the air
Cool.
and start flying over you. What's the range here? Start flying over towards you. And they appear to like hawk back and just spit out some kind of terrible acid at you.
The old huck poo.
The old hot poo, but they are pretty far away, so it's not great. Coming in at you, Yama, I believe a 12 does not hit.
Nope.
And
Shit.
Uh,
Sorry.
well, they also hurl a javelin at you for 18 to hit, which I assume does not. So you are sort of taken by surprise somewhat
Doosh, doosh.
as this creature kind of leaps up into the air, glides up over above you, and hurls things at you, but is a little bit too far away to really hit you on the sand there.
Wait.
Karu.
I'm gonna. To zoom. That's 110 feet. Yes. Yeah. How do I space? I'm gonna use my action and my movement to move 110 feet to get closer.
That's so good.
I know, right? That is it. I cannot dash.
Okay.
Where?
One of the sort of bigger, fishy-looking gentlefolk has no obvious weapons, but just sort of has these almost like big hands that have sort of claw-like protrusions coming out of them, sort of like crustacean claw hands. Sees Killian and Yama and dives into the water. Just sort of fisherman dives in, splooshes a couple of times out of the water, jumps up and lands on the beach in front of you, Killian. But that is his whole turn to do so. Oh, hold on. Sorry, Paulie. Before your turn. Let's see. Okay. Paulie.
Yes. All right. Paulie will move. So I'll use my normal movement, and then I'll use my bonus action to get just to there. And then as I'm flying in, I'm going to shoot the one just in front of me with my little shrimpy boy.
So this one up on the land, or the one next to Killian?
Up on the land. I'll shoot that one. Oh, actually, yeah, no, yes. I'll shoot. Yeah, maybe I'll shoot the one with we're up against Killian, because then I'll get sneaky damage.
You certainly will.
Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
And that is 34 damage.
That certainly bloodies this creature as you flying in. Do you fly in low, like at the water level? Are you coming?
Oh yeah, I want to have like a
little.
I want to have like a little wake, like spraying up as I'm going.
Yeah, with Karu kind of close on your claws there, on your talons. Because I assume you don't have heels. That's weird.
No,
Uh,
yes.
as you swoop in, gain a little bit of enough height to kind of.
Yes, he does have heels, right?
Talons have
He would.
heels?
He would. There would be heels.
Sure.
I'm gonna
But either way, you come
Google
up,
that.
pop up, and shoot this this brute that has kind of launched itself at Killian.
They do. They do. Yeah. They heal. They have heels.
Very good.
I thought you
Yeah,
just
the
had, like,
backward
another
bend. You know, like the
claw.
backward bent knee. That's a
Mhm.
heel.
Mm.
Oh,
Interesting.
I don't like it.
What's this person going to do? This guy sort of swims up, but then goes under the water, and you find it difficult to find where they are. Killian.
I am going to. Oh, we're in water, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Sea water all
second.
around you. Possibly resilient to thunder damage, Paulie. This the entire ocean. If you wanted to attack the entire ocean, Karu probably also resistant to fire damage. If you're looking to attack the ocean directly.
Thank you. I really appreciate that
Yeah.
hint.
So I am
It's been a steep
going.
learning curve for us.
Oh wait, do I want to do this?
As long as I don't start uncanny dodging.
Yeah, the ocean
all right.
dodges out of the way.
I am going to turn myself into. I got two options here.
Mhm.
If I turn into a megalodon, do you reckon I could jump out of the water to bite things in the air?
It depends on your reach.
Because I have 50 feet of movement.
Sure. Yep.
So would I be able to say I could jump half of that up?
Potentially, I'd probably ask for like an athletics check or something.
Okay. Just turn
Because
into a huge giant crab.
you're still like very heavy at that point, right? So I just don't know how
Yeah.
high you'd be able to jump out of the water. I love the idea though, but also your attacks might have a certain amount of reach on them anyway.
Oh yeah, let me have a look at that. So I have reach
And
of
you have
10
to-
feet.
And you have to be able to canonically describe to me where Killian has seen a megalodon before.
Tilt. Where I saw the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay.
The dinosaur.
We'll need to hear that
eyes.
story one day.
Oh, it'll just let me work out that story. Yeah, I'm going to,
And not just the monster manual.
no, I think I'll turn into a. Yeah, now I'm gonna go. Oh, I don't know. I feel like the megalodon is a lot better here.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn into a megalodon. That's the plan. So I'm gonna like jump for the water in this direction, and
Yep.
as I'm in the air, I just turn into this giant fucking dinosaur shark.
Excellent.
Land about here.
Let's see.
I want to yell out to the
Meg.
crew as well that I want to try keep one of them alive so we can interrogate them.
Now, did you yell that out before I went underwater?
No.
I don't have a stat sheet here for Megalodon to be able to transform you.
I've got it.
Is it
in
called
my-
Megalodon?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've got it in my extras tab. I can just use.
Yeah.
After I transform, do I get to attack still, or is that my entire turn?
I think that's your action to do so, right? And then you need to
All right, well, I've still got some movement. I've gone what? Will swim down to like yeah, but just below the surface so that this guy can't see me anymore. And that is my turn.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anywhere here a Megalodon character that I can pop out at short notice.
Yeah, I found mine in the it came from tools on D&D, my extras tab.
Yeah, but I just don't have a token for you.
Yeah, if you don't have it, that's okay. That's all good.
So I will give you a
Spear.
A shark.
yeah, I was just thinking like a shark's probably the closest thing, right? Not a swarm of quippers. Yeah. So we'll get you nice and transformed, and then we'll
Then I'll start eating things.
yeah.
Megalodons have the swallow skill.
Oh yeah, boy. Got that swallow 9000.
Yeah.
God damn it.
How's that?
And there's the episode title.
I've made you a plesiosaurus, which is hopefully close enough,
It looks cool. It's got a big mouth.
at least visually. All right. The
Yeah.
one of the other hybrids is going to rush over and spend their turn getting to what's going on here as well. I think as you jump into the water, you transform and leap into the water, Killian. This guy does get an attack of opportunity on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's as you transform, so you'll have your. What do you wait to transform until after he hits you or before?
Wait until after.
Very good.
I
Could
feel
be
like he'll like slash at my foot.
yeah. Well, I was just wondering if you're going to make a con saving throw right before or after.
Yeah, no, I'll wait till after.
10 he misses, I assume,
Yeah,
on
he
your
misses.
frail magical self. So you sidestep this guy from his claws, and as you do, you kind of leap into the water, transforming as you go into this giant kind of fish-like creature. The while you're in there, you do see the other creature that is underwater, and so you can see this other figure. It somewhat similar to Karu has tentacles extending out from its shoulders, and you can see electricity kind of crackling around its body as it's underwater there.
Oh, I don't.
The priest, who's kind of seems to be doing most of the ritualing, has almost like sort of octopus kind of tentacles over their face, has crab-like legs extending out from their back and kind of wrapped around their torso, and has sort of like octopus suckers along their arms, and has their hands up and is almost like orchestrating the growing turmoil of water in the center of this island that is bubbling up from the ocean itself. You can only really, from your vantage point, you can only really see through the water to where he is. But he's almost like sort of commanding like an orchestra, building this bubble of water bigger and bigger. And as the fight breaks out, from the water itself bursts a creature made of water. Yama.
Whoa, what the
Gonna get
heck?
eaten.
Yama's gonna attack this dude to his northeast.
Sure.
Alright. Sorry, my computer's just a bit slow.
That's all right.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 does not hit as you go to attack, but it sort of glances off some kind of like coral armor that he is adorned with.
I might use my saving face ability, which would add 2 allies within my circle, so that would be a 19.
That'll hit.
Awesome. Lucky.
Hell yeah.
That is 1 second. 7 points of damage. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I used all my spells in that last battle. Alright. I will attack him again. Come on, roll high. It was going to be a natural 16 instead of it's an 11.
11's not going to cut it, I'm afraid.
Nope, I didn't think so. Maybe I will bonus action cast Shield of Faith on Karu.
Thanks. Do I have to stay like in range of you for that?
No, that's 10 minutes, and I'm concentrating +2 to your AC.
Sick.
All right.
Sweet, that's my turn.
So Yami, you run in, you slash, get some hits off thanks to your friends being nearby, and then you. What does it look like as you reach out to shield Akaru?
I think it's like this really cool, almost like golden wisp energy comes out of his hand as he goes like, "Huh," and then the shield coats your body.
Very good. Another one of these flyers, you see it's kind of circling up or has taken flight and is circling up above, and is circling over you, and it you can hear it yell out, "Kill the Surfies! Take the thief! We drag him to the depths!" And it is going to fly at you, Paulie.
That son of a bitch.
And it's got sort of a javelin. It's almost like a joust. It flies past you in the air to try and hit you with its javelin.
How's it go?
13, I assume, does not hit.
New.
And a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
That is a 5 damage on the hit.
You know what? Just because of where it is in the thingo, uncanny dodge it, just to add insult to injury.
Okay. Well, then it flies right past you, provoking no attacks of opportunity, and kind of circles around behind you.
That.
The water weird who has kind of plopped out of the bigger ball of water writes itself kind of out, draws itself up out of the water itself, made of water, similar to the seahorses you saw before, and starts making its way towards the megalodon that is Killian.
All right, let's go. Bring it on.
Oh, it is invisible while it's in water. Very good.
Ooh.
Well, kind of wish I picked a whale for echolocation, but that's fine.
So I guess it's going to have advantage on this attack because you can't see it.
That's fine.
That's 14 to hit.
It misses.
Okay. What are your stats as a megalodon?
I have a 19 AC.
Oh, very
wow.
good.
Bloody hell.
19 AC and a whole bunch of hit points, like any other dinosaur.
Yeah.
And 24 strength.
Okay. Well, leaves the water. Yeah. All right. Cool. That is the water weird. So you can feel the water around your form, Killian, try to kind of constrict around you, but this giant form that you have seems unimpressed by this creature's efforts.
Rugs it off.
Yeah. Because you're underwater, the guy probably can't spit on you, so he's going to keep flying over to where Yama is and try and spit on him there instead. 18 to hit, Yama.
Miss.
And a crit is the second one. It's going to be 18 acid damage.
18 acid damage.
You gonna take that, Curry? Huh? You can take that lying down, huh?
That's on Yama.
Me.
Me?
I'm not getting
Yama.
hit.
Oh, I thought
I'm
I
I'm
meant
fine.
Yama. I meant Yama. I meant Yama.
So Yama, you are able to kind of sidestep out of the way of the first one, but the second one, you feel the acid kind of hit your armor and start kind of seeping in between the joints and kind of burning away at part of your skin. And it's Kairo's turn.
D&D Beyond is not letting me roll my concentration check.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's a 7 plus
7
your
plus 6. 13 is not enough?
13's
Is it?
enough.
Half or
Okay,
10.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
half or 10. So
Sweet.
Okay, so I've already measured this out, but Karu is gonna. I'm not saying this is a smart idea, but Karu is gonna use action and movement to get right up to that spellcaster.
sure.
He's just gonna you just see him leap out of the water onto the beach, and he just runs around the curve of the beach, and he gets right up to the spellcaster, and he just goes, "Hey." And then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast my Crimson Rite on the Cutlass.
Mhm.
I'm going to do... I mean, he knows fire damage sucks, so he's just going to do it for the other one he has, which is cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
But he's now up in this spellcaster's business.
Okay. And that's his whole turn to do that?
Yes. That's it.
That's all good.
Oh, sorry. Should end turn. Yeah.
All right. The creature that's trading blows with you, Yama, is going to kind of try and strike you back with his armored claws. A 16 and a natty 1, I think, will not be enough here. Paulie, how high off the water were you? You said you were coming in pretty low, so you could
Pretty low.
get shots off and so on.
Yep.
Let's
say 5 feet.
Advantage on attack. Any hit surprise creature. Okay, you're not. Well, can you give me a perception check, please, Paulie?
Huge. 23.
At the last second, you spot, so you are not surprised, as a creature emerges from the depths and leaps up to not even grab you, just kind of lay hands on you before diving back in. You are not surprised, though, so you're not caught unawares, but a 23 does hit, I assume.
Yes.
So you will take the damage, but you've kind of dodged out of the way, and because of that, you notice it was going for a very vulnerable part of your wing, perhaps. But you're able to kind of move it out of the way just in
Not my
time.
cloaca.
Yeah, it was going straight for the cloaca. And you know that if it hit that cloaca, it would have been very bad. But luckily it didn't. So it didn't. 2d6. Oh, wait, no, not 23 damage. Sorry. Please undo that. It rolled a 23 to hit.
But yeah, you said that, yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. That is 10 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw against a poison effect.
Oh, I never rolled a constitution check for poison.
This is a different thing. This is a different type of creature.
Well, was I
For
just
some reason, it's not letting me roll con save.
You were hit with acid, Yama. This is poison.
Why do I have poison on my sheet?
I'm just going to roll a d20 and then add +2. 1 sec.
Unless Yama got poisoned some other time doing something else. I don't know.
19.
19? Okay, yep. So you are not poisoned for 1 minute, and you're not going to keep taking poison damage. In fact, I think you might have do you still have the Ring of the Poisoner?
No.
Okay. All good. So this thing dives back into the water after attempting to make that attack on you. It's kind of in the shallows, so you can easily get to it.
Get it?
And it's your turn.
Perfect. I'm going to fly up. I'm not going to go for that one. Is it right next to me still?
It's close enough that you're within each other's kind of threatened
All right.
squares.
Well, I'll stab it.
Okay.
Stab it with Talon's Wrath.
Mhm.
All right. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Oh, what? Oh, for some reason. Did that...
As
Beyond
you,
20 might be acting up again.
yeah.
I think it is.
Oh, we were having that issue a couple of weeks ago, weren't we? With like, it's hard to
Yeah.
roll damage or attacks. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
There's
couldn't
so
roll my
much shit I have to
con
roll though without that.
save.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if that works better. There we go. I'm just gonna use the roll damage part because it's so much easier to click. It's a lot of dice I gotta roll.
yeah.
All right, so 29 damage.
Yep. 29 damage. So full damage on this thing.
Mhm.
How do you want to do this?
Just like as it tries to jump back into the water, I'm like, no, you don't, and then just stab it right through the neck.
As you stab it through the neck, it almost like bursts like a blowfish, and
Yep.
you can see it has kind of spines all over its hands and arms. And as it pops almost and falls apart, you are splashed with some of that poison and take a further
wow.
2 poison damage.
Son of a bitch. It's cool though. All right, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to fly up 20 feet and get right up next to this guy.
Yep.
And shoot it point blank.
Cool.
All right. Oh, 1 sec. There we go. Okay, 19 to hit.
19 will certainly hit.
Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna re-roll one of those sneak attack. Oh, actually, that's right. I don't have it anyway. 16 damage.
16. Doesn't quite bloody the creature, but it doesn't like being shot at, for sure.
That's fair.
Fair.
It was right in the gut too. You know, I brought it right up to his gut. Shot it
Yeah,
right in the gut.
it tears a hole in kind of one of his weird flappy
Fin things.
stingray fins. Under the water, the sort of the tentacly creature comes after you, Killian, in your new form. And this photo is not very great. It also just looks really bizarre, but gives you a vibe. Gives you a nice little vibe.
Yep.
And instead of sort of the more octopusy kind of tentacles that Karu has, this one seems to have more kind of jellyfish-esque, tentacles, mandibles, and in fact is going to try and reach out to you. Firstly, with its shocking touch. I assume a 10 will not hit based on what you said before. And then with its tentacles, 22 to hit. So it's tries to reach out to you with its jellyfish-like tendrils and sort of grab hold of you. You are now grappled, so you can't move. However, the escape is only a DC 11, but at the start of each of your turns, you're going to take lightning damage, and it can't attack anything else it can't grapple anything else while it's got you.
What it doesn't realize is I'm stuck here.
You're in here with me.
That's right.
Take that lightning damage.
Yep. So. 10 lightning damage.
Okay.
Because I can't. What is your health? I'll upgrade the plesiosaur to have that health.
181.
181.
Save.
Is your
Yep.
mic cutting out?
Yeah. You're either a bit quiet or your mic's cutting out. But
I just talk a little louder.
yeah, 30. Yeah, it might have been noise gate. A 13 certainly breaks out. So now I will reiterate. Sorry, to break out, you need to make an athletics check or a.
Oh no, the con save was for me to continue concentrating on the spell.
Sorry. Yes. Please continue.
I'm not trying to break out.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off my turn by biting him.
Mm-hmm.
He's right in front of me. 17 to hit for 12 damage.
17 easily hits for 12 damage. As
And
you
then
bite
I get
into him,
second attack.
you are struck with 5 more lightning damage.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Shit.
I'll just make another con.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, now that I'm much smaller, is he still holding me?
Yes.
All right, that's fine.
Actually, before you... Now, after your last downtime activity, you were practicing your ability to shapeshift. What did we settle on was your reward for that?
Oh, I get advantage on con saves.
Specifically for transformation spells, I believe.
Yeah.
So you can re-roll that 1.
Transformation jutsu.
Yeah.
15.
15 is enough.
I still have another attack. I'm gonna try to, since he's grappled me,
Mhm.
I'm going to grapple him
Oh, okay.
by swallowing him.
Grapple him from the inside.
So that takes 1 bite against a large or smaller creature. It is grappling. If the attack hits, the target is also swallowed.
Mm.
So yeah, he has to save DC. He has to DC 14 con save.
DC 14 con save.
It's a very long.
Yeah, I was just trying to have a read of it. He gets a 17.
Damn. Still takes damage though.
Yep.
Still gets 12 damage from acid.
12 acid damage. That bloodies the creature.
Okay, and since I'm grappled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm so much bigger than him, can I still move and just take him with me?
I'll say yes. Normally no, right? But because you are so much bigger, I was trying to work out what size you are.
It's gargantuan.
Oh, Jesus. Then
Yeah.
yes. So this is not accurate. What is
Like
gargantuan
holding
in
my
D&D?
toe. Gargantuan, I think, is double that of huge. Well, large. What's a plesiosaur? Plesiosaur is large. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
4x4 squares.
I think I'm more than that. Because a gargantuan, it goes large beast, huge beast, gargantuan beast. But yeah, it'd be 4x4 instead of 3x3.
Large, giant, and then gargantuan, right?
There's also huge.
Oh,
in the
sorry.
middle there somewhere.
Yeah. A gargantuan creature is 20 by 20 or larger.
Wait, what?
What?
4x4, let's go. This guy's holding onto my toes.
No. It's 20 by 20 is the 20 feet by 20 feet. So we're looking at
Yeah, so that's my
It could not be 20 by 20 squares
Yeah,
down.
I was
Come
like,
on.
20
yeah.
squares.
Well, it's gargantuan. I mean,
also thought that. I was
that
like,
to
oh
me
my
sounds
God.
like a
no, I
lot.
totally thought that.
I'm like, no, that would be like a Tarrasque.
have catnip.
There we go.
That's pretty big, though.
Huge.
Hell yeah.
That's a big boy. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Yeah, so I'll say like maybe you lose about like 5 feet of movement or something because he's kind of trying to slow you down, but you are just
Yeah,
dragging
he's-
him along, right? So it's not like a full movement stop, but it's like it's just a little. It's noticeable.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move like to over here.
Sure.
I can't actually move my token.
There you go. He gets dragged along with you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So everyone just sees this huge shadow under the water. What is
It-
going on over there?
Yeah, and you get up under the big boiling water bubble that's starting to pull itself out of the ocean. Yama, you get somewhat surrounded by these hard-boiled boys in their lobster outfits. With they come swinging at you a 23 and an 18 to hit.
23 hits.
That's going to hit for 6 damage.
6 damage. Is that just a non-magical attack?
Correct. Yeah, it's just some sort of claw that they have. So these two guys are just kind of hammering on you with their claws. Obviously not doing a lot of damage, but perhaps making you have to think about your concentration on keeping
yes.
Karu protected. As you see the giant megalodon under the water, dragging this worm surfer June, gentleman under the water, barrel roll a little bit. And Paulie just sort of taking out one of the pufferfish boys and turning onto one of the manta ray boys. But Karu, the priest who you've come up on, he turns from looking at the spell he's casting and sees you kind of standing right next to him. And his eyes kind of go wide, looking at you and recognizing what you look like. You kind of look like these guys to a certain extent.
A little bit.
And he looks you up and down. And are you coming at this guy like threateningly? Like you've run up the beach to him, blades on fire. Describe to me the kind of maybe intent you're giving off. I don't think Kara's a very deceptive guy in this instant, maybe, but I could be wrong. Please tell me.
I kind of more imagine it like Ken from the Barbie movie, just like suddenly being next to this dude and just kind of doing that disinterested, like, hey, like I wouldn't say it's threatening, but he has got a cutlass in his hand that is like shining with like cold damage. So I would say like the intention is not let's be friends. The intention is sup.
I think he will kind of look at you and then look you up and down and then start almost like droning in this kind of low reverberating, almost like a drowning kind of speech. And you can kind of feel it building up in your gills and like, the setting off the scales on your back sort of thing. Just like you get chills and everyone else starts feeling this as well. Killian, I'm going to say that you're going to have advantage on this because you're underwater, so you can't hear it as well. But this kind of thunderous voice of something deep and underwater and ancient starts to, emanate out from the priest you're standing next to, Karu. You're going to get a chance here. This is some kind of spell he is using. But I'm going to need everyone to make a DC 14 charisma saving throw.
Do I do the attack before I do the throw?
Is it a reaction?
It's a reaction. Yeah.
Then probably after, I guess.
Okay.
Same thing as
I get advantage on saving throws because of advantage on saving throws against spells cast by creatures within 5 feet of you because of Mage Slayer.
Yeah.
So what was it again?
DC 14 charisma. I just realized, Yama, you're unaffected. This is a frightened condition.
Oh,
18.
Cool.
Paulie,
I
you
have a
shake it off
minus
as well.
Is this
9.
roll?
9. Even though you're underwater, your ears are somewhat protected. The lizard brain of the megalodon feels this, and it is the king of the ocean to a certain depth, and it knows not to go lower. You know what I mean?
It's like I'm the king of the bottom of the ocean, but there is a bottom below that.
Yeah. You become frightened, which just means you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear. and you have a disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws when that thing of your fear is within line of sight.
Right.
Luckily, as long as I stay underwater, I can't see him.
Correct. And you can make the check again at the end of each of your turns. Karu.
Hang on,
I
I get.
-2 on charisma.
I'm good. I got a 19
Oh, okay, right, because of your
advantage. Also, my D&D Beyond's just broken, so manual
That's fine.
rolls. Yay.
do you want to describe it to me then? What it looks like as your Mage Slayer training, I guess, takes over? Because at first you're kind of chilled, right?
I think Kara's a bit of a dick, and he's like he gets that initial chill, and then he goes, oh, and he starts like fake like pain, like you're so powerful, and then just tries to do that.
Just stabs
That's
him.
so good.
Please roll. Okay, cool. 22 to hit.
Yep, that'll definitely hit. This guy does not look armored at all.
So he takes 12 slashing damage and 7 cold damage. Does he have to make like a check or anything to maintain anything?
Sorry, how much damage was it again? 12 and 7?
12 and 7, yeah.
Yeah. Does he have to make a
a concentration check or anything?
I'll say yes, but not against that. You think he's concentrating on something else.
Oh, it's just if he has to make a concentration check because I've hit him, he has to roll with disadvantage.
Okay. He succeeds, though it was definitely a close run thing with that disadvantage. You see the big ball of water in front of him kind of falter a little bit and then restabilize as he continues concentrating. All right, that all happened on his turn. Holy cow. Yama.
All right. Yama has these 2 dudes in front of him, which is pretty cool. These other guys are 20 feet up in the air, right?
Yeah.
They're not. Okay. Damn. Alright, I will just swing for the hit then.
One of them is already bloodied.
Is that the one off to my northeast?
Correct.
Alright, I'll go for him first. It's a terrible roll. 13.
13 misses.
Oh my gosh, this terrible streak. Okay, 19 for that one.
That'll
The
hit.
same guy. Sweet. Let me roll all my dice individually. That is so 14 plus that's 20 damage.
How would you like to do this?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
With like maybe he's chopping off the tentacles.
As he's coming at you, well, this is the claw man. This is the lobster man.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's going for his limbs. Like as he's like fighting back, he's basically like taking away his weapons.
Yeah. So you're able to slice through and just like bits of that lobster arm kind of come loose and fly off. And then he's left with sort of these 2 stumps.
Yeah.
And he eventually kind of falls over on the beach.
Sweet. I think that's it for me.
Okay. One of the flyers that is, you and this flyer, Paulie, are scooting away above the waves. It's kind of trying to cough up water to kind of get in your eye, but you sidestep around it and keep chasing it. And it leans back to spit acid at you. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
That is 9 acid damage.
Mhm.
And then as you go dodge out of that, you get a little bit on you. It's you can feel it singeing your feathers. It tries to use that opportunity to throw a javelin at you. 23 to hit with the javelin.
Yep, obviously that hits.
And that's just 5 damage as you're kind of you have to bank hard to as it just careens past you, maybe taking out a feather. as the two of you, I'm imagining, just kind of circling around the beach area there.
Mhm.
The water weird dives under the water to come back at your terrific form, Killian. And again, is going to try and constrict you. You've got lots of things trying to hold you still currently. But I assume
am big.
you are big, yes. Thanks to its invisibility underwater, though, 25 to hit.
Yeah, it can hold me still. That's fine. But then I know where it is too.
Very much so. 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And this one specifically says if the target is medium or smaller, it is grappled. So it attempts to grapple you, but it can't stretch out its body, which is made of water, large enough to hold you in place. But you can feel it kind of slamming into where your lungs and gills are and trying to restrict, a flipper. And whilst it is invisible, you know where it is on you. So any attacks on it would probably have disadvantage, but you kind of know its location.
Good to know.
Now, it is 8:45. I know we've got to have sort of an early end. We're at the top of the initiative. Would we like to take a break there and kind of start again or continue this battle next week?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just know that, back into the swing of things. It's late, and Timmy's got to get up super early. So, and that gives us a little bit of an opportunity to
kill me.
offline. Maybe we'll talk about what happened this session a little bit more, and kind of get Katie up to speed a little bit more too. That'd be great.
Sounds good.
Awesome, great spot to end it. Thank you very much, team. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we've been back at it, but thank you for listening to my very bogan last will and testament of Captain Featherstorm.
So fun.
And I also saw Fortescue, which I thought was the mining conglomerate in the chat. It probably is, actually. And I want to thank them for following, and obviously Maddie, who I saw in there as well, who is 100% supporting of an insurance scam from Captain Paulie.
It will happen.
How to.
Fortescue does work at a coal mine.
That's good. I mean, the children yearn to be back in the mines. So
They yearn for the mines.
just as the banana shapes the hand of the monkey, the coal shovel shapes the hand of the child. And before we get cancelled even further, we're going to call it there for the night. Good night, everybody.
Even further.